Thank you. My name is Freya Anderson Rivers, and I live in East Baton Rouge Parish, District 3 of the Public Service Commission, represented by Commissioner Boissier. I'd like to speak on Exhibit 5 because there's a possibility that costs could be lowered. And since Entergy is speaking against this, that's even more reason for us to be concerned, because we need to break up a monopoly that's not considering the interest of its citizens. I'd like for you to consider a citizen, a real citizen, a retired citizen on Social Security, and we're impacted by your decisions. So these cooperatives promise to lower costs, and we're hopeful that they can. I would like to thank Commissioner Campbell for his stance on looking for not increasing cost and his vote against Entergy storm restoration monthly charge. But I'd like to admonish the other four of you for standing together to support the 5% of the population who are millionaires and not the 95% of their constituents, whose median income for all households in Louisiana is $47,000, which is deplorable. When will enough be enough for the selfish, greedy people and companies that have a monopoly like Entergy in their services? They need something to break this up. While Louisianians suffer, this commission found the money to increase the CEO's salary of Entergy, of Leo Denault, an additional $4 million for a total of $16 million, and paid dividends of $1.2 billion to shareholders, while I'm trying to keep a roof over my head. Still, you allow Entergy to collect $3.2 billion over the next 15 years for storm restoration, along with energy adjustments that co-ops say they can get us a contract to stay stable for 2 years. And the cost for energy continue to increase exponentially monthly. What happened to the federal grant monies received? Were they even used to offset customer fees? From 2020 to 2022, my bill has increased to the degree that many sacrifices had to be made. But I am also thankful that I could afford to do so. I realize that our household uses more power than the average household, but we had to consolidate into an extended multi-generational family to do so. My daughter and grandson live with us because he has special needs and requires special accommodation that requires more power. However, we equipped our home with low energy windows, lights, appliances, and thermostats. We raised the temperature in the summer and lowered it in the winter. We're trying to conserve energy. So when the astronomical bills began arriving this summer, I wondered if there had been a mistake, or maybe we had turned on something that was just draining power. But no, our kilowattage usage only increased in 1 month this summer. In fact, the other summer months, our kilowatts decreased. Yet, we had energy come out to check to make sure that this wasn't a mistake. There's only 1 month where the energy exceeded the previous years, but the bill increases were due to fuel adjustment for electric and gas of 289%. 289%. And included the storm restoration offset. If you don't mind, look at schedule on page 1. In July of 2020, the kilowattage was $5,433 for a total of $507. In July of 2022, it's lower, $5,224, but my cost increased from $500 to $900 for less than the amount paid in 22. I admit some increase may be reasonable, but a $400 monthly increase is unsustainable. Your electric fuel adjustment increase in June started at 172% increase, July 265% increase, August 275%, and for September 289% increase. I'd like a contract, maybe from a co-op that can guarantee me a rate. My electric cost went from $437 to $714. I'm an average citizen receiving Social Security. 289% increase, I barely get 3. The total monthly budget is shown here. The gas rates are the same. I will not take up your time further, but I thought maybe instead of hearing from CEOs and lobbyists, that you really need to hear from the public. I know that you think you're doing your duty, but listen to the average person and how it really affects us. I realize that you will not change and probably do not care about the average person, but I will work to try and unseat all of you except Foster Campbell. I only hope that we can afford to stay in our home if I'm able to live another 15 years. As Commissioner Campbell stated, there is no rule that says these companies cannot help. They can put up money too, and Entergy has money to put up. Maybe the CEO can donate part of his money back. You are not the Public Service Commission, but rather the Public Disservice Commission. At this time, it would be appropriate for a mic drop, but I'm afraid I might get charged next month for a replacement of the mic.